may think of many different things when you see a lab coat. I, however, think of my future career in toxicology. If a friend or a family member dies unexpectedly, you of course would want to know what happened to them. This is where the autopsy and the toxicology report comes in. In order to understand what toxicology is and its importance, a person must first learn about certain aspects of toxicology. I personally want to study toxicology and make it my career. My first interest in toxicology was when I started to watch the crime show Bones. Since then, I've done internet searches and went to a forensic science lecture. First, I will explain some of the schooling that toxicology can go through. Second, I will explain some work environments. Third, and finally, I will explain different types and uses of toxicology. There are different levels of education for toxicologists based on what type of job they want. The Society of Toxicology states that a bachelor's in toxicology or a major in chem or bio and taking lots of biology, chemistry, physics, computer science, statistics, and calculus, and improving on writing and speaking skills and getting lots of lab experience. The first step, according into getting a graduate degree, toxicology, according to the SOT, is to establish a career path and look at different branches of toxicology. Maybe consider talking to a toxicologist or getting a teaching or research assistantship. After schooling, what type of work environment the toxicologist wants to work in is the next step. There are several types of working environments for toxicologists, such as government, industry, and academic. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics collected data from the 9,000 toxicologists that live and work in North America. 14% work in government, 21% work in academics, and 47% work in industry. The SOT says that mainly federal are the jobs that toxicologists receive, but some states also hire toxicologists. As you can see in the pie chart, more industries hire toxicologists than any of the others. These could be chemical, consumer products, pharmaceutical, and various others. Toxicologists could also get a job at major universities and smaller colleges in the academic area. These could be schools of medicine, public health, or biology, chemistry, and engineering. The next step is to decide what type of toxicology they want to study. There are various types of toxicology, such as forensic toxicology, environmental toxicology, and medical toxicology. CrimeSceneInvestigatorEDU.org says that the job of a forensic scientist is to study bodily fluids and tissue samples for gases, illicit drugs, prescription drugs, poisons, alcohol, and metals. EnvironmentalScience.org states that the environmental toxicologist's job is to test how organisms metabolize toxins in the ecosystem, and the effects of these toxins on species. They also test new chemicals before they enter the market, and once in a while help state and federal agencies make laws on chemicals and the disposal. The American Board of Emergency Medicine states that the job of a medical toxicologist is to prevent, evaluate, monitor, and test or treat chemical toxin exposure, injuries, and illnesses. First, I talked to you about the schooling of a toxicologist. Second, their working environment. And finally, the different types of toxicology. In order to understand what toxicology is and its importance, a person must first learn about certain aspects of toxicology. So next time you see someone in a lab coat, they may not be a medical doctor or a science teacher at all, but maybe a toxicologist.